Okay, class. This is a step-by-step guide on how to set up your paper to get it ready for your greeting card design. The first line that we're going to draw is straight down the middle here. So you want to orient your paper in landscape orientation like you see on the screen, where the long side is going left and right. Make sure that's in the correct orientation first. The long side of the paper is 11 inches long. Lay your ruler toward the top side of your paper, and on the left side you want to make sure that the 0-inch mark is falling right on the edge of the paper. I'll zoom in so you can look. So right there, that line right there is indicating where 0 inch is at. You do not want to do this. This is not what you want to do. The edge, the wooden edge of the ruler is not what we're aligning. You want to push it a little bit to the left so that this 0-inch line is falling right on the edge of the paper. Make sure that the ruler's edge is parallel to the edge of the paper, and let's move it down right over here, and you want to closely observe the space between the 5-inch mark and the 6-inch mark. The numbers themselves, they do not indicate where 5 inches is at. Because some people make the mistake of thinking, oh, here's the 5, that's 5 inches. No. What you want to be looking for are the longest lines here. This indicates where 5 inches is at. And this longest line, right, the longest set of lines, that's where you see the whole inches marked. We want to mark a line at 5.5 inches exactly. In order to do that, you want to grab this medium-sized line that's right in the middle of the 5-inch mark and the 6-inch mark, this one right here. Please do not make the mistake of going one left or one right of it. These lines are too short. You want to go right in the middle with this medium-sized line. Make a mark lightly with your pencil at 5.5 inches. At this point, you're going to shift your ruler down, and you're going to repeat the same process. Zero out the edge of the paper. Make sure the ruler is parallel to the bottom edge of the paper. Make another mark at the bottom at 5.5 inches. Once you've done that, it's time to strike a line down the middle. Important note, in this video, all of the lines I'm going to draw are going to be quite dark. I want you to be drawing as light as you can possibly draw, so that it's easily erasable. The darkness of my lines is for the camera only. Here's my recommended steps for drawing a line that falls right on 2 points. Put your lead down first, right on the bottom mark. Then, lay your ruler's edge right up against the lead of your pencil. You should be able to rotate it around. Rotate it until the edge of the ruler falls right over the top mark as well. Lift your pencil and then lightly strike a line down. I'm going to double strike it. You strike it only once and as lightly as you can. Mistakes can happen. For instance, take a look at my top mark. My line is not quite drawn right on the mark. You want to be as accurate as you can with this. So if you found inaccuracies with your mark, erase your line and try again. That's looking more accurate. Now that we have this middle line drawn, the next step is going to be for us to draw a 3/4 inch border around the entirety of the paper. Follow along with this part of the directions as closely as you can. Lay your ruler toward the top edge of the paper once more. Zero out the edge of the paper with the 0-inch mark. Let's zoom in here to take a close look at what 3/4 of an inch looks like. So this line over here is showing where 0 inches is at. This line is showing where 1 whole inch is at. All the lines before it are showing some fraction of 1 inch. These medium-sized lines, if you count them, there's 1, 2, 3 of those medium-sized lines in between the 0 and 1 inch mark. These medium-sized lines are what is telling you where the quarters of the inch are. There's 1 quarter, 2 quarters, which is at a half, 3/4 inches before you get to a whole inch. You want to count from 0, 1, 2, 3 of the medium-sized lines, make a mark, and that's at 3/4 of an inch. Let's zoom out. You're going to shift your ruler down without rotating your paper. You're just shifting the ruler down and repeating the same steps on the bottom edge of the paper. Make sure the ruler is parallel and it's zeroed out to the left edge of the paper. Make a mark at 3/4 of an inch. Once you have those 2 marks, draw a line that goes all the way across the paper and it crosses those 2 points. That's 1 border done. You want to repeat those steps across all the rest of the 3 edges here. Zero it out. Make your mark. Shift the ruler down. Zero it out. Make your mark at 3/4 of an inch. Draw your line. Repeat the same steps for the 2 long edges. Align your ruler. Zero it out at the left edge of the paper. Make your mark at 3/4 of an inch. Shift your ruler down. Zero it out with the left edge of the paper. Make your mark at 3/4 of an inch. Draw your line all the way across the paper, crossing those 2 marks that you made. Once more, zero it out at the left edge of the paper. Make your mark at 3/4 of an inch. Same thing on the bottom side. Make your mark. Align your ruler. Then strike a line going all the way across the paper. So this is what your paper should be looking like with the middle divider and the 3/4 inch border all the way around. Almost done. We need 2 more borders internally at 3/4 of an inch. Align your ruler with this top line that you drew. Instead of zeroing anything out, you're going to align this crosshair with the 1 inch mark. Let's zoom in to take a close look at what that looks like. So the 1 inch mark is falling right on this line, that crosshair, and the edge of the ruler is aligned with the top line that you drew over here. What you want to do is, from the 1 inch mark, count quarters down, 3/4 down. These medium-sized lines, not the small ones, the medium ones. So start at the 1, count 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4 to the left, and make your mark. Start at 1 once more, count 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4 to the right, and make your mark. Let's zoom out. Shift your ruler down and align it in the same way to make a mark at 3/4 and 3/4 on the left and right side. Once you have your 2 marks, you can strike your line, and then this is your paper ready to go with the drawing area clear on both the left and the right side of your card design. Okay, everybody. I hope that was helpful. Good luck. I'll see you in class.